ist hart, ich muss Glück. Ich liebe das Leben, ich Job nennen. Egal ob Top 1000 oder Top 10.
Vorletztes Match dieser Abendsession, dieser zweiten Session der European Darts Matchplay. Jetzt kommt ein junger Niederländer, 25 Jahre alt, war auch schon im Alexandra Palace mit dabei und mag es auch eine ziemlich aggressive Walk-on-Musik hier in Richtung Bühne zu schreiten. Er will auch nur spielen, glaubt mir. Ein herzliches Willkommen hier in Hamburg, Dirk von Duijvenbode. Ladies and Gentlemen, und jetzt kommt ein 21 Jahre junger Kerl, ein 5-maliger WM-Teilnehmer, der erste deutsche Spieler, der ein PDC-Turnier gewinnen konnte auf der European Tour in Saarbrücken. Herzlich willkommen hier in Hamburg, dem Maximizer Max Hopp!
Reception for Max Hopp in Hamburg, the German Darts Open winner, the first ever German player to win a PDC title, is on the stage, and the fans here absolutely love him. We've seen already plenty for the German crowd to shout about. 3 players through from the home nation qualifiers to the second round tomorrow. Max Hopp hoping to make it 4. Martin Schindler, the German number 2, has made it through. A 6-1 win for him. A great win for Robert Marjanovic against Jermaine Watermena. And Mike Langendorf off Michael Barnard earlier on. But usually the hopes are on Hopp's shoulders, and he came good in Saarbrücken, and that was an incredible day. He's taking on the Dutchman Dirk van Duijvenbode and Paul Nicholson. That was a watershed moment for German darts, wasn't it?
There have been plenty of them over the last few years, but that really was the main moment. And it'll be interesting to see how Max fares at Blackpool. I spoke to Max a few days ago and I asked him if he was looking forward to his first World Match Play, and he said he is absolutely buzzing for it, and why not? Gave him a little bit of insight into the arena itself at the Winter Gardens, just from my own experience, and he was very grateful to take that from me. But it'll be interesting to see how he fares in what is going to be a lot of majors in the next few months by virtue of winning that title.
Yeah, a contrasting walk-on routines, wasn't it? Hop onto that hero's welcome. Dirk van Duijvenbode with his trademark. I don't know what you'd call it.
It's called hard style, I believe. And I believe it's the kind of thing that you would be subjected to if you were acting the Clockwork Orange player. Not my type of thing.
Look like he's operating some heavy machinery as he makes his way to the stage.
I think he should be told not to work heavy machinery.
We were talking off air before about the incredible bust of Dragutin Horvath earlier on when he managed to bust his 120 finish. Well, Van Duijvenbode's name inevitably comes out when we discuss that, the 180 that he busted at the World Championship, which proved to be pivotal against Raymond van Barneveld. 2-all in the first set, never won another leg.
Only ever seen that happen twice in my life. Once, Duijvenbode did it at the World Championships. The other time, I was watching Steve Duke Sr. in Australia at the White Eagle House in Geelong, playing against Steve MacArthur of Queensland. And Steve Duke did exactly the same. He had 180, went 60-60, and the last one slipped. Duijvenbode needs tops. Oh, double 18, sorry, it's there. And in a flash, and in typically Dutch style, very, very swift, he gets the first leg and silences the crowd here in Hamburg.
Well, we saw one Dutchman kick off with 104 check-out earlier on, Jelle Klaassen, and he went on to firing 3 further ton plus finishes in that match against a German player. Signs are ominous for Max Hopp here.
83.
Duijvenbode's got earplugs in.
I think he put them in. I saw him doing something. I think he put them in after about 3 visits to the hockey. I was going to mention that, yeah.
100.
He doesn't really need them right now because they're all silent.
Yeah, well, he's played the role of silencer. In fact, they're not quite in.
84.
I actually played against Dirk earlier this week, and it's very, very peculiar sometimes when you play against Dirk. It's like
85.
playing against someone who's got too much energy. He's like a frog in a sock. It's a bit like Cameron Menzies in that respect.
Well, what is very peculiar is Dirk van Duijvenbode's record in 2018, because in the first 12 Players' Championship events of the year, Van Duijvenbode managed just 1 win. But then in events 13 and 14, he reached the last 16 and quarter-finals out of absolutely nowhere before regressing to the mean this week by suffering back-to-back first-round exits in Barnsley. So, what does that tell us, Paul?
Well, it pretty much confirms everything we know about Dirk. It's just unpredictable United. Double top for Max, and the crowd aren't silent anymore. It's almost like Germany are back in the World Cup.
Almost.
Well, when Germany's football team aren't performing, they look to their other sports stars to inspire them. And who better than their #1 dart player, Max Hopp?
Well, yeah, it's an interesting matchup, isn't it, if you're going to talk World Cup, Germany against Holland. Perhaps you could suggest it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
Well, the Germans have won the World Cup 4 times. The Dutch have never won it. They were denied.
Should mention that the majority of our production team here are Dutch, and we might be hurled off air at any second if we continue down this line of conversation.
Well, the Dutch have got Van Gerwen as their world #1. And they're rather good at speed skating too, among other things.
Suddenly got visions of Michael Van Gerwen darting on ice.
Imagine that.
Looking for different formats, aren't we, Paul? We're always...
Absolutely.
Barry Hearn and the boys are always open to new ideas to draw in the crowd.
Well, it's full-on Matrix there from Dirk.
Well, a 180 booed. There is one man cheering. It's a bloke in the orange shirt on the stage.
Yeah, he hit the 3 treble 20s on a pinhead, and then he did the old bend back like Neo.
The 1-3-2 he wants now. It's a great guide if he can find this treble. He'll be frustrated by that, the Titan.
He does like a 120 plus checkout.
Well, he's had a 1-1-6. After Van Duijvenbode had the 104, this would be for 3 consecutive ton plus finishes in the match.
Just listen to that. What a start to this match. And even though Dirk has got those earplugs in, he will hear that. That 120 was nothing shy of world class. 60-20, which shielded the tops, an intelligent shift to the right, And he finds the target.
60.
Well, we saw Jelle Klaassen take Dragutin Horvat to finishing school earlier on, but this really is a clinic in checking out.
Yeah, the finishing school in darts has got nothing to do with balancing the book on your head, that's for sure. It's about hitting doubles under pressure when you need them. And all three finishes that we've seen so far have been brilliant. Could we see a few more?
60.
Have been 3 meetings between this pair before. All of them came in 2014 and none of them on the senior tour. So this is the first one in Pro Tour darts for the pair. The couple that Max Hopp won were both in development tour events, and the one that Van Duijvenbode came out in top in was in fact the other way around. 2 for Van Duijvenbode on a dev tour, 1 for Max Hopp on a challenge tour. He went on to lose in the final.
60.
Yeah, no talk of challenge tour anymore for Max Hopp.
Well,
now that he's a Euro Tour winner, he's looking at majors and other Euro Tours and potentially getting back in the World Series in the future after he was in Vegas last year.
we mentioned what that did for German darts when Max Hopp won, but just you're quite right to point out, forget nationality for a moment, what it's done for Max Hopp, because he's going to be in a lot of big TV events this year. And well, let's just see if he can continue the running style before I elaborate on that point.
Yeah, I was going to say, press the commentary pause button.
Yeah, but,
just in case he does it again.
But the mental strength that he's shown, because many people, when Max Hopp was selected for World Series events last year, said he's not done enough yet to earn it, he doesn't deserve it. Max Hopp's answer was kind of, well, what am I supposed to do? Turn it down? And he's kind of shown that he deserved it later on.
When you get the call, you don't press decline, you press accept.
Another?
Oh, it was a good shot, but it was just shy. Will Dirk keep the streak going? 14 and tops are 18 for double. It's shielded. It's a difficult shot. It was a difficult shot. He just had to go high on that one, and he's livid.
Well, neither player could miss a ton plus combination earlier on. Now both have. But Hopp nails double 10 and opens up a little bit of daylight between him and the Dutchman.
Max Hopp has had a lot to deal with over the last few seasons. He had a battle with anxiety, he was really struggling with his confidence. He didn't really know what darts to use. He was fiddling for a long time, but he found this setup, and it was this setup that got him that title, and he's stuck with it. So maybe Dirk can look to people like Max Hopp and just take inspiration from him. They're right about the same age bracket, maybe Dirk a little bit older. They may play different brands of darts. I'm not talking about what they're throwing, I'm talking about how they approach the game.
Hopp's a very cool, calm, collected character. Van Duijvenbode, as you mentioned, seemingly impatient to get to the hockey every time, isn't he? Wanders back to the table, and as soon as Max Hopp retrieves his darts, he's sprinting almost to the hockey. There he is, look. Before Hopp's even walked past him, he's ready to go, ready to throw, ready to fill it up.
Lots of natural ability, Dirk Van Duijvenbode, and sometimes that gets lost in the energy that he exudes. He's not being shy with the crowd, that's for sure.
He's had 2 maximums against the maximizer, and both have been greeted with boos.
Wouldn't expect anything else. There's the 7.
85.
That's a good lead.
Maximum power 161. 75, sorry.
Yeah, I thought he'd left 32 as well. He has indeed. But Max might steal this. This would be epic. Not going to happen.
Well, it used to be the Hopp, didn't it, the 161, after hitting it against Mervyn King at Alexandra Palace, but it's become the 121, the Hopp shot.
Double 16 isn't a problem for Dirk. He's got one back, but Hopp has that valuable break of throw. Can he keep that two-leg advantage by holding here? Just got to get the weight of the dart right. His line has been so good. And Max Hopp is one of those players who's very, very stubborn on the 60. Doesn't like to switch, but it's switching that Dirk is really good at in that visit. Maybe if Max Hopp is going to become an elite player, and I'm talking about taking him further, he's got to get better on the switching. But no switching required!
Well, the first match from Max was swiftly followed by the second.
100.
And in Germany, a German player has the chance to fire in the perfect leg. What a story that would and could have been.
I was just talking about how stubborn he is on the 60, and then a 1-4-1 for a 9, he goes for the treble 17. It was a great dart, but most importantly, this is a very good leg.
Can he keep his calm, having teased the prospect of perfection?
Look at him not getting carried away either. He's on a 9 dart attempt, and he got 7 deep. Just wants the leg.
93.
Wants to play tomorrow against Ian White.
Yeah, White, the most recent PDC title winner.
What a guy that is. And he uses it. 4-2 Hopp. Crowd invested in this match like no other today. And already that's a chance. And Dirk has just slowed down. His energy levels have dipped a bit. The aura I'm getting from Dirk is not perfect, but there's just an air of focus around Max. And he may not be playing his A game today, but right now it's enough with a 4-2 advantage.
Well, you mentioned that the winner of this takes on Ian White. If that happens to be Max Hopp, he's effectively got a bye into the final day, because despite Ian White winning his 9th PDC title this week, something he's never done is beaten Max Hopp, and he's played him 5 times, the last being in Gibraltar this year.
That's an extraordinary statistic against someone of Ian White's calibre.
It is quite incredible, and all those meetings have come in the last 3 years, during a time when White has been collecting titles like they're going out of fashion.
And how many of those were in Germany? Just the one.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why you asked the question, because there's the crowd factor involved in that, but 3 of the meetings have been on the floor where Ian White, pardon the pun, wipes the floor with most people.
Yeah, he really does. That's his domain. And that game that they had in Gibraltar was a great performance from Max Hopp, who played very well for the first couple of days there. And there's Duijvenbode smelling his face, although he was defeated earlier by Jelle Klaassen. Now, is it going to be 5-2? Or is it going to be 4-3? 101. He went for the bull, that's a good miss. Now, all of a sudden, Dirk can get himself back in touch.
Is it double-double? It is, double top. Brilliant shot. He is back in touch. But you know what he didn't do there? He didn't really give the crowd time to work out what was going on. He got it done before they could boo.
Sometimes I know what I'm going to say before I say it, but with Dirk, I've got no clue.
Well, you were looking kind of open-mouthed at Dirk's antics after hitting those doubles to win that leg fall, but I mean, you're not the kind of player who got involved in that kind of nonsense during a match.
That was years ago. By the amount of confidence and energy that Dirk has, maybe I'd still be doing that stuff.
You were older than Dirk is now when you're up to those tricks.
Correct, correct. I remember a game I played with Max Hopp in Germany, actually, at the European Championships, and I was getting heckled something rotten, and I did give it large, I will say, at the end of the game. Sometimes you've got to give it back. But Max Hopp is not losing his focus. It's so impressive to watch. And what I like about this game is that they're both playing their own game. Dirk's doing his whole energetic thing, and Max is staying focused. It's enthralling stuff.
Well, often we look at the averages at the end of a match and think, that was a lot better than it looked. This one is the other way around. Enthralled in the match, and we've had these magical moments, the potential 9 dart and a 3-ton plus checkouts, and then you look at the averages and think, that can't be right.
Don't need good averages for a great match, and this is a great match.
Could be a great moment about to come. Hopp has the first chance.
Double 8. Just on the outside. Very unconventional, going for the treble. I presume he was going for the treble.
Well, I think for his own safety, against himself, it's probably a good thing that Dirk didn't take that out, because I could only guess what kind of celebration he would have unleashed.
Oh, who knows? We may never know if he hits double 4 Max Hopp. Oh no.
Well, we've been talking about Max Hopp's potential meeting with Ian White, but perhaps too soon, because double 9 would have got Van Duijvenbode back in the contest.
I'm amazed he didn't go 20-20 bull or 60 for double 15. He's doing his own thing, but he's ultimately missed 2 shots. It's the madhouse for Max. And the crowd can't believe it, and neither can I, really.
Well, now he's got 9.
And he's busted. Another bust.
Well, how DVD would love to rewind and have another go at that. But Max Hopp to win the most ridiculous leg of the match.
Oh, there's a crater in the board. There's 2,500 people who've just got off their seats and caused a little earthquake here in Hamburg.
Well, that occasion, Dirk had already thrown before our match official Paul Hinks had ended the last leg.
Yeah, get Paul Hinks some oxygen. He might need it after this one. Exhilarating, fast forward type stuff.
59.
Darts and times 32.
Yep. No time to pause, just let them play.
58.
Well, Max will feel that he got away with that one, but ultimately he had to throw a really good dart at double 2 to get past the blocker shot.
16.
It's been a very, very long day here in Hamburg, and a great day of darts. Can't wait to see what happens for the rest of the weekend.
It really has, and this match has kind of epitomised what's going on. We've had a couple of standout performances this afternoon, but it has been a case of you don't need the massive averages for entertainment.
Absolutely not.
They will come for sure over the course of the weekend. The seeded players enter the action here tomorrow. Michael van Gerwen leading the pack. The likes of the world champion Rob Cross, the Premier League runner-up Michael Smith, all in action. Mensa Suljovic, who won in Denmark, the beaten finalist there, Simon Whitlock, and of course the most recent winner on the Pro Tour, Ian White, taking on the winner of this match tomorrow.
And the King, who was back in the winner's circle last week. Oh, this week?
This week, yeah.
Sorry, it's been a very long one.
It's been one long 36-day week of darts, hasn't it, lately?
Oh, good darts from Max. This has got to go. 60 in bull. Dirk could be diving off the board right now. Hopp, 3 darts to win 6-3.
Well, one has gone begging. 2 have been squandered. And a third falls by the wayside.
Not a bad thrown dart. 86, he needs 18 in bull. It's bull. It's in! Gives himself a chance at saving his skin. Well, he just saved it there in that leg. And he's got a smile on his face.
He gave himself the cheer that the crowd weren't providing as well. This is a quite incredible game of darts. But there can only be a maximum of a couple more legs. If Van Duijvenbode can find a break, he would have the dart in the decider from absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes when I watch Dirk play, it just defies logic. He blocks the 60, he goes to the 57, then he goes back to the block bed, still hits it.
60.
Just lives in his old darting world. It's intriguing in its own strange way.
98.
He plays with an incredible mix of speed and intensity.
Is Max Hopp going to rue those missed darts? Because he's had 3 for the match. He set it up so well. Just didn't execute that final double. And Dirk has a great chance now to take us to an 11th leg shootout.
Yeah, the worrying thing for Max Hopp is that he's missed 14 darts at double. 3 for the match. His opponent has only missed 3 in the match.
That's better. That's much better. Wow, what's going to happen next?
43.
That's going to happen next. Luckily, he's left a finish.
I was going to say, this couldn't happen, could it? That Max misses another match dart and then the mistake that left a finish. Well, he's not missed a match dart because he didn't get himself a dart double. Well, this would be an incredible way to force a last leg decider. It's not going to happen. It was too far-fetched.
74.
Well, it's match darts again for Hopp, but it's a different area of the board. Top of the shop. Line's good. Weight is good. 6 for Hopp.
Well, will Hopp be stopped here in Hamburg? Dirk Van Duijvenbode couldn't do it, and Max Hopp moves through to the second round. He's on the way again, and he will take on Ian White, a man who has never beaten him on Saturday here in Hamburg. Max Hopp goes to greet his adoring public and will be here on that stage again tomorrow. We have just one more match to come tonight. Luke Humphries against Ronnie Huybrechts. But first, let's hear from Hopp.
Ganz schön intensiv das Ding, oder? Für so einen Freitagabend auch eine tolle Kulisse.
Ja, also die Kulisse hier in Hamburg ist fantastisch. Vielen Dank für die Unterstützung. Ohne euch hätte ich das vielleicht heute gar nicht gewonnen. Danke.
Ich hatte zweimal den Eindruck, du bist eigentlich drauf und dann das Ding schon früher zuzumachen, dann wird es trotzdem wieder eng. Ist das so auch der Grund, warum es vielleicht so intensiv wird?
Ja, ich habe mich heute in der Partie unnötig schwer getan. Ich habe viele Darts über das Trippelfeld geworfen, dann drunter, dann switche ich zu 19, zu 18. Ja, das regt mich auf, aber ich werde morgen besser spielen. Darauf könnt ihr bauen.
Aber Max, inzwischen gewinnst du diese Matches. Ich glaube, das war vor einem Jahr nicht der Fall. Was hat eigentlich der Sieg von Saarbrücken, der ist ja jetzt ein paar Wochen her, was hat er mit dir gemacht, was hat er verändert?
Ja, schon einiges. Ich meine, wenn du so ein European Tour Event gewinnst, dann wirst du als Sieger anerkannt von deinen ganzen Gegnern. Und natürlich möchte jeder sehen, dass du jedes Spiel am besten mit einem 100er Average performst. Das gelingt mir nicht immer. Ich bin noch 21, ich muss trotzdem noch viel dazu lernen, aber ich bin auf dem besten Weg. Und mit meiner Heimkulisse läuft es immer am besten. Danke.
Max Hopp! Den Maximal